Hi, and welcome back to Old Fashioned Graces. Today we have a video on how to make vanilla extract. Alright, so this is vanilla extract that I started, I want to say 3 months ago now. Technically, most people, well, there are tons of advice on how to make vanilla extract online using tons of different recipes. I'm going to show you how I do it. I'm not saying how I do it is right. This is just how I do it. You're going to want your vanilla extract to sit between 6 weeks and 6 months. All depends on who you listen to. My personal opinion is also depends on how many beans to the amount of alcohol you have. You're going to want to use a high proof alcohol that is not flavored. As someone who doesn't really drink, the one time I bought vodka to make vanilla with, I accidentally grabbed a citrus flavored vodka. Thankfully, I realized before I put the vanilla beans in. So this is the brand that I get. It is the cheap Walmart brand. Use whatever you have. You can use like rum or things like that too. But because I want my vanilla to just taste like vanilla, I want to use a flavorless alcohol. Now, these are the beans I got. I will link them down below. I got them off of Amazon. They are $25 for 25 beans. I have gotten Cook's vanilla beans before, and I find those are way, way bigger. But I think these are more potent, in my personal opinion. So I reordered these as opposed to the other ones. The first time I got this package in the mail, I was like, oh shoot, this is not nearly what I was expecting. But then it's made the best vanilla I've ever made before. So I really, really like these. I will link them down below. I think they're a very reasonable price. Also, most people do not go through vanilla at the rate that I do. One, I do a lot of cooking, and two, I like triple or quadruple the amount of vanilla that is suggested in recipes because I love the taste of vanilla. I also show you my vanilla powder that I really like. This is the vanilla powder that I really like from Cook's Vanilla. I'll link this down below too. This is great if you want a powdered vanilla such as for a hot chocolate recipe. But this is, you just buy it pre-made. You're going to open up. Smells so good. These are from Papua New Guinea. They're non-GMO, gluten-free, kosher, vegan, and halal. Now, with the bigger beans, I cut them open and scrape out the insides, but because these are pretty thin and very dried, I'm just going to cut them in half. One thing you do want to pay attention to is when you're getting your knife and your cutting board for this. If you're someone like me who chops a lot of onions and garlic, double check to make sure that none of that smell is on either your knife or your cutting board. Because sometimes, like, if you cut up a lot of onion or garlic, the flavor lasts past one washing. You really want to be careful that you don't have that. Now, you're going to take yours and you're going to open up, you're going to take off this part. So that way you just have the open bottle. And so this is what they look like cut in half. You can also cut them in quarters again if you want, like that, to provide the most amount of surface area. So I'm gonna do that and I will show you what that looks like. Always being careful to not cut your fingers. Right here so you can kind of alright, you can see now you can use the same beans for 2, sometimes 3 batches of vanilla, but the second, and then if you go a third time, batches are going to take more time to get the vanilla flavor. So just bear that in mind. Now, if you don't want to make up this ridiculous amount, or you want to do them as gifts, I will link these jars down below. This one has vinaigrette in it right now, but these are my favorite for small storage because you can put a handful of beans in here, fill it up with vodka, and this is a great last minute gift because you can do that, fill it up with a vodka, shake it really good, and give it to someone and let them know when it should be ready to use. And it's cute, and it looks really cute on the shelf. But unfortunately, we broke a few of these, so I need to buy some more because we've had these for like 3 years, and well, I gave a few away, and I think 2 got broken because they can only be dropped on the floor so many times. And then obviously keep this out of reach of small children. We store ours on a top shelf, so it's like 7 foot up in our pantry. That way no one gets into it. I would love to hear from any of you who have made almond extract before for that cherry flavoring. Because I have tried and it did not turn out well. And I don't know if my almonds weren't quite right or what I did wrong, but it was gross, which was very frustrating. So I would love to hear your thoughts and if you've had it turn out well and if it was just a me thing. Already starting to get a little bit of a color change, and once I've got them all in here, I will shake it up really good, and you can see it starts changing color pretty quickly. Homemade vanilla is a great gift for many occasions: birthdays, Christmas, weddings, Mother's Day, bridal showers, you name it. All right, you're gonna screw the lid on nice and tight, give it a good shake. Don't know how well you can see, but we are already starting to get some color after just a few minutes. And like I said, this is I think 3 months. You can really see how nice it is. You can just leave this somewhere. You want to leave this in a cool, dark place if possible. Ideally, you're going to shake it every now and then, every few days, week or so. But it's also fine if you just leave it. Thank you for joining me for my tutorial on how to make vanilla. I will link the small jars, which I absolutely love. You can also do this in just a canning jar, and the beans, because these are by far my favorite beans that I have tried. And then I will link the vanilla powder down below as well if you want to make some hot chocolate mix. All right, God bless, bye.